Hey guys, and welcome back to the Nerditude Movie Podcast. Uh, I am back with Giovanni, Alex, and Matt.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
last because he
and
hates me.
we have in the way it appears because I'm like splitting screen so I can look up my shit. You guys are just stacked that way.
I'm stacked in other
So
ways. Thank you.
so um
I have a
so
penis.
we have three movies we've been really excited to review. Which two are new, and one is from 2018. So we're
Not that
reviewing.
old. I mean, pretty fairly new within the last presidency.
That's true. What's a bummer is Halloween Kills we would have gotten like a year and a half ago had it not been for COVID.
Thanks,
But
disease that killed hundreds of thousands.
but we're
Ruined my movie.
reviewing VHS 94 and Halloween 2018 with Halloween Kills. We're doing that review together because that's the way you should do it.
Yep.
But I guess before we jump into that, it's been quite a while since I've been on. So we could just briefly mention
Decades.
what we've been watching. Um, I haven't been watching much because I've watched Halloween Kills 5 times. Uh, and I've watched Halloween 2018 3 times.
Okay.
Um, but other than that, I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows. We just watched the movie again, and even though I'm watching the new season, we restarted the first season. So I
Okay.
don't, the show's so good. I haven't seen this last episode though that
I have not seen the
aired
newest one yet
yesterday.
either.
I haven't either.
I'm watching What We Do in the Shadows. I'm on season. I just started season 2 a couple days ago, so I'm on episode 6 now.
Are you liking it?
Yeah, I know. I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah,
And that show I started fucking that Chucky new show. I still haven't watched the second
I have to
episode.
start that one.
And I
Me
started that
too.
new Day of the Dead. And I'm
No,
watching La Brea.
no, I
I'm,
know.
I'm watching a lot of TV shows.
No, I know what you did last summer on Amazon Prime.
I know it's on Amazon Prime. I haven't started yet. I'm gonna try it with my wife and see what she says. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like her type of TV show, not mine.
Trash ass CW type shit.
the problem
No,
with What
no,
We
it's
Do
not.
in the Shadows though is I now want Nandor, or not Nandor. He'd be fun in a movie too, but I want Laszlo, and like I want Laszlo in Halloween Kills while the mob's getting together just in the back like he doesn't fucking
Yeah.
care.
Fuck
Like,
this. This guy seems immortal.
yeah.
Like, oh, oh, there's a knife. Just like narrating it.
I've
But
seen
that,
a mob like this once before.
This
I can't
cocksucker
remember
just
where I saw this
arose.
mob before.
Is he
He just goes
vampire?
into-
I guess that's me and Alex. What have you guys been watching?
Well, Giovanni
I've been
was just talking
watching,
about his box of porn.
Yeah, yep.
And
I've been watching the Creep Show, catching up on that.
Yeah.
Critical Role just started. So the new season
Yeah,
of Critical
season 3
Role
just
is up.
started.
Yep. So I'll be watching that. Those are like 3-hour long episodes. There goes my life.
That's D&D for those who don't understand.
Yeah, for those
D and
of
D
you
that
who
he's
are
not gonna actually
seen
play. He's
D&D.
gonna watch other people play.
Yep. Yep.
They're
That's how it's
all
done.
professional voice actors and very good at it.
Yes, I know that.
Damn, Lewis took offense.
And What We Do in
He's
the
like,
Shadows
"Stop."
as well. So
Matt, what martial arts movies have you been watching?
I don't think I've
And
watched
for what
any martial
country?
arts because I'm kind of running out of them. I don't have many.
When-
I am going to pick up Brotherhood of the Wolf. which is a
Serious question.
quasi-martial arts movie.
When are we gonna shit review some Steven Seagal movies?
Oh, I've got several that are his good ones that we could shit all over. Because, like, in every one of his early good movies, he portrays himself as an Italian, and he's not. And then, like, you read into his actual
What's
history.
the one where he was in a coma?
That was Hard to Kill because they shotgun blast him
Yeah.
and his wife, and then he recovers
Yes.
and falls in love with the nurse or whoever heals
You
him.
coming to my house? You coming to my house?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
even
that's that's the lady from Weird Science.
Does he
Kelly
still
LeBron.
do-
Yeah,
Does he
Kelly
still do
LeBron.
martial arts movies?
He still does. They're mainly funded by Russia and China, as
Wow.
he is a Russian citizen now. They're terrible, and most of the actual fighting is his stuntmen.
Is that where he's a sheriff or a cop or something?
No, that was the racist Louisiana version of Steven Seagal, who talked like this when he talked to the black folk.
But he never talked like that before.
Never talked like that. No, he was like, hey, I'm Steven Seagal. fucking Italian, Nicky Rico.
I'm Steven Seagal, and I talk like this from my whispering voice.
Hey, I'm fucking.
He is a walking meme.
Hey man, I'm Italian, but I do a Japanese martial art, and I wear fucking weird animal skin jackets. I'm fucking an enigma wrapped in a puzzle, wrapped in a dog pile of shit.
Only an animal skin from like the shoulder up.
Fuck Steve. Yeah, and then like I remember watching like a what was the one where he was like the eco soldier where they were like fracking or some shit on the mountain. He's like, I'm gonna find evidence. And he goes up there and he's like, he's literally a government agent, and the first thing he does is go and get into a pool hall brawl with 3 of the fucking punks. And he's wearing those fucking, it's like a deerskin jacket. I just remember my mom going, "Oh, I like his jackets." It's like, you listen to Garth Brooks. Shut up. Anyways, fuck Steven Seagal.
So what were you watching again?
When I was a kid, I
Above ground,
thought
I
he was
guess.
cool, and then I got older, and I'm like, he's not that cool. Like he's kind of a meme.
Yeah, he does the hand thing. That's really about it. Move in the wind.
Stop hitting yourself, Mr. Seagal.
Early Steven Seagal was his arms were fast. Later Steven Seagal is his arms are like this.
Yeah, but even in his early days, it does look a little silly because he literally will go from like a legit stance to be like, and then he's taken out 2 guys, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, go watch any of his good movies, and there's at least one moment of just like,
Him waving his hands and then somebody falls to the
and
ground.
then then he beats to death a guy with a pool ball. Like, he's a cop and he's murdering dudes in a bar.
They were actually 6 feet away and he waved his hands and they fell over.
Yeah, it's the energy warrior guy. That's literally Steven Seagal gets paid $1 million.
He's pulling in the cheetah.
Do you think he gets paid in
doesn't
U.S.
remember.
dollars or Russian, whatever their fucking currency is? I don't know.
It's not rupees anymore, is it?
I don't
I
think
think
so.
it's vodka.
Vodka? No, that's their
vodka.
that's their blood, not their currency. Anyways, we're here to talk about another movie.
Yeah, so we are here to talk
Big
about
Mama's House 2. What?
VHS 94.
This-
94.
If you are not familiar with these movies, we did a
Whoa.
review that got lost. It was
So
a
you
good
don't know
review.
that we talked about it.
Which I'm happy about because now we can review them all.
We should do an episode of just the first 3.
Oh, so
Yeah,
Okay.
but the VHS series was started and kind of produced, funded by the horror outlet who does, god damn it, they do a magazine, Fangoria. Sorry.
Okay.
Premise behind the series is it's typically a bunch of shorts with a story that intertwines and buttons up.
Found footage, yeah.
Yeah, and this is the 4th film in the series, although you don't have to watch them all in order. There's VHS, VHS 2, VHS Viral, and VHS 94.
I would argue VHS 1 to VHS 2 you should watch in order because there is callbacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's probably the only one.
Yeah, number 3
But the
does
cool
its own
thing
thing
is-
because I mean we gotta remember the first 2 were made relatively close to each other. I think
Yeah.
number 3 took a few years before they got another one out there.
The cool thing is they each do a good job of like you can connect them, but it's like what you get is so good you're like, I could just view this, fine.
Yeah, well, and the connections aren't like they're not stupid. They're not like somebody pointing out like the haunted VHS player. It's usually like in number 3, there's connections when you look at some of the graffiti on the walls when the kids are going through the river and shit. There's connections to it and they did that, and that's where, in all honesty, I feel that where this movie kind of fails the biggest is it tries too hard to wrap it into the mythology. And had it gone a different direction, where we talked about this off air via text, but literally at the end of the movie, you're like, is this a cheesy porn movie? Like the acting was
for this one?
horrendous.
Yeah.
The way it was shot was horrendous. There was just something off about it. And the other thing is, you could tell they're using higher quality cameras and just adding more filtering, which is not the way to go.
Yeah.
I will say I think this movie was influenced by the whole, and we brought this up time and time again, the whole Marvel concept where you have to connect movies.
A universe.
Yeah. I think they tried to dip into that a little bit.
I would like it to connect, but I want it to connect in either a subtle way or a way that makes me go, oh, okay.
Yeah, when I think
got
of
it.
Marvel connections, it's them holding your face up by the hair, saying, "See, that connects to that," and it's like,
Hawkeye's the real hero, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need it
Did
in
you
my
see it
face.
again?
Make it subtle.
Real
Just,
quick,
just in case you missed it, in the next movie we'll highlight it. Don't worry, Marvel.
real quick. VHS, the original, came out in 2012. 2013 was VHS 2, and then Viral came out 14. So
Oh,
they were
sure.
actually really quick.
Yeah.
The one that took longest was 94.
Yeah, I mean,
But
14,
but it
so
makes
that's a lot.
sense because the entire series of movies, which I'll include Southbound in because it's the same creators,
Yeah.
they typically are like not fast and cheap, but they're not exactly high budget.
They don't
And
require a lot of stagehands.
all of them utilize CGI in some aspects, but they do a really good job of using practical effects, and then you can play with because it's a VHS the way you cut it and how you're filming it.
I've only seen VHS, and I've only seen VHS 94 at the moment. But if you're saying
Oh,
that,
two is good.
94 has a lot of CGI garbage.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It does.
the whole last story with the robotics is a lot. Of
yeah, with the
heavy
robotic
CGI,
fucking
yeah.
Jar Jar Binks, yeah.
And that was that's the one short that really annoys me with the quality of video camera, because you could tell it was filmed with like a 4K Steadicam, and they just added shitty filters to it. That whole
Yeah.
segment is probably the weakest, in my opinion, the weakest part of number 4. It has a really good concept, and there's some really cool scenes in it, but it does. The storyline itself, in my opinion, gets lost in the wash on that one.
So
I
that's
did-
not the last one. That's the subject.
Yeah,
The
that's
subject.
subject.
The last one is technically.
But
the
subject
ending.
The last
also
one's
ties
Terror.
into Terror.
I did
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Terror is where it just you feel like they just didn't try budget wise. Like the whole underbelly story of the SWAT team is bad. It's not well acted at all.
Terror is the extremist group.
Yeah, that's with the vampire.
Yeah.
That one was drawn out, but I liked it.
I
It was
love that
goofy.
one.
So-
I love
I
it.
liked it. Yeah.
So subject was the one with the robots and shit, and
Yeah.
where the SWAT team, which I thought Jakku was that like I thought they were like trying to throw in fucking what's that one that we did a show on? God, the fucking Judge Dredd type Indonesia film. What was
The
that?
raid.
Oh, the
Like,
radio.
yeah, because like they were throwing out names like Jocko and fucking like
Well,
the
it's probably
characters from there.
it's a South Korean. There was something I
Yeah.
saw in it that for sure I was like, oh, okay, South Korean. This makes sense because South Korean horror very much has a certain style.
Yeah, but like they kept using certain names that was like from that fucking the raid.
Huh.
I was like, holy shit! I was like, I wonder if this is like
Yeah, the
gonna be
main
like
main guys.
tie-in.
Jakku might be just a really common name.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but that was also.
well, but that's also Indonesia.
Yeah, it's
and-
Indonesia, so maybe this isn't. Maybe this isn't. But I thought I saw something that I was like, okay, it's South Korean.
Yeah,
But I don't remember. I'm gonna go watch it again just for funsies.
I couldn't
Oh, I do
pinpoint the
love it,
language.
yeah.
At first, I thought it was going to be Filipino, but it wasn't because
Well,
I kept losing
Well,
it.
that might have been. It was Indonesian in number 2 with the cult. That was Indonesia. Because
That
those
was-
guys.
That's a really good show.
Some of
Okay.
those guys were
Yeah.
actually in the raid, and
See,
maybe
like
not
I
the
haven't
raid,
seen
maybe.
that one. See, so I haven't seen that one. So
Yeah, number 2 is really good. It's
Really good.
probably. I mean, number 1 is awesome because that also came out around the same time as like Troll Hunter.
Yes.
So you kind of had a cool era of found footage that started to mix some CG and do it well. In my opinion, VHS 1 does it pretty well with the CG. I mean, the most they use is the ending with the like fucking ghost coming out of the wall, but I think they do it to a pretty.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest things I remember watching the trailer before it came out. It's the end. Like there's a clip of the end shot of when they're trying to escape the house and they're running towards the door and the window
guy.
starts to close, like it
Yeah.
just starts to disappear. I remember thinking that was one of the coolest fucking things at the time. But number 4 is good. It's not as good as the others, in my opinion.
It's not. And I think we like it, this group here, because they took it back to the 90s and we grew up in the 90s. So it was like when it started, and fair warning, if you don't like imagery,
Alex.
kind of
Shaky cam.
Shaky
distorted,
cam almost,
not shaky cam,
distorted.
but like imagery distortion. You know, if you grew up in the 90s and you got video cassettes and you were trying to record your
Yeah.
favorite shows
Yeah.
and record over and over, you're used to it.
this
little
wasn't
bit
as
of
bad.
static.
This wasn't as bad as half the other shit that we've watched. That with shaky cams. This wasn't as bad.
No, it's not. Well,
The
these
shaky
are
cam,
actually,
yeah, wasn't
these
bad
are just
here.
meant to be found footage, so they're not necessarily
Yeah.
meant to be that.
And you
shaky.
can tell the difference. You can tell the difference between found footage and shaky cam. Shaky cam is horrible. I can't remember what we talked about, but there was it was Frontiers, I think, when the camera started really shaking.
See,
And it's
it
not
was-
even
but
a
that-
found footage TV show.
It's,
the
well, it's
movie.
not a shaky, but there isn't like You call it shaky cam. That's just frantic. I've never considered it shaky cam per se. Like shaky. When I think shaky cam, I think Born Identity, which is kind of the gold standard.
Yeah.
So if
Born Identity is pretty bad with shaky cam.
Oh, it gets
if
worse
you
by the
are
movie.
if you are a late 80s 90s kid and you want to check out something not quite like VHS but just that'll blow your mind, on Shudder there is a movie. It's kind of a movie. It's called WNUF Halloween Special. And it was a Kickstarter that they did that when they released it, it was only available on VHS. And the reason is because it is a news broadcast of this reporter going to a haunted house. And the entire movie is like you're watching a news broadcast that constantly goes to commercial. They filmed all of the fake commercials. And it's like it's over an hour, so you're sitting through like these shitty 90s syndication commercials. It's a really cool thing to check out. It's
Kind of
kind
like the
of
masher that was in
goofy.
this one.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
masher.
It's that, except you're watching like 30 commercials and a news broadcast, and it's a really cool thing. It's called WNUF Halloween Special. It's on Shudder.
When did that release?
It came out in 2013, and they're actually doing a sequel for it. It's just now coming out on Blu-ray. For the longest time, you can only get it on VHS.
Well, shit. I'm just happy it's on Shudder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, it's something to throw on in the background. It's pretty fucking
I'll
cool.
skim through it at the minimum.
But I mean, do you guys have a favorite short on here? For me, it was the first one, Storm Drain,
Storm
with the
Drain?
Ratma.
With the rat
Yeah, I like
that
that
was
one
awesome.
too.
For me, it was the Terror, the extremists, fucking vampire.
Terror was, man, I felt like oddly
I-
so bad for the goofy ass
I
fucking
did, but I
Yeah.
love the scene. There's a scene in here where the guy is clearly handling a weapon he shouldn't, and he's on the back of the truck. He's just
Oh,
moving
when he starts
into the
fucking
machine.
like the 50 cal.
And then his buddy had to fucking shoot him in the head to stop him because he didn't know what to
Well,
do.
No, they told him don't fire when he fucking starts unloading, and he's like don't fire, and he couldn't hear anymore, so he just fucking shoots him.
I don't know. I'm not with the extremists and some of the language they use. I'm not a big fan of them incorporating certain political things into it. The slogans and terminology they used. And it's another weird one though, where it's like at first you're like, oh, these guys are just redneck racist pieces of shit, and then you realize that they're not. They're correct. Like, this is a violent vampire murderer. Like, that's the whole thing, is like they're kind of portrayed as the bad guys, which they kind of are, but realistically the vampires rip them to pieces.
Yeah.
Like they
well,
are. They
they do
kinda
also
correct.
want to. They do also want to use the vampire as like a dirty bomb.
Yeah,
essentially.
dirty
Yeah.
bomb.
Which like they discover this vampire who has these powers, and that's their first thought of let's use him as a grenade,
Yeah.
which is fucking
Well, because
bonkers.
the blood itself explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked.
I love it in the sense that it's like it's like an extreme caricature. Like, it's so fucking goofy, and you just like, even though they're bad guys, the leader, like, no one's taking him seriously, and you
At all.
kind of feel bad for him.
Well, and then
Yeah,
and
when
then,
they kept asking him, "Hey, Commander, Captain Commander, thing, whatever. What are your thoughts?" Like they kept asking him.
and then he
Camera
even
guy?
remember he had the takes where he's like, I don't know, like he just didn't have shit to say.
Yeah, he has
And then
nothing to say.
it's another thing where I'm watching it and it gets to the point where they're shooting up into the like stairway, and I'm like, another movie that like is the idea that these guys don't know what the fuck they're doing at all, because these guys don't know what the fuck they're doing at all as far as holding this shit. I hope that was the whole point, is they were just all talk and not prepared at all.
I actually like two versions of or two of these stories. I did like Storm Drain, and I did like the Subject, but I didn't like the CGI at the end of Subject.
Yeah,
But
it got a
I
little
did
heavy.
enjoy. I
I
did
liked
enjoy
in
those two.
In the Subject, I like the video game feel when the
Fucking
woman's eyes are seen through.
Yeah.
Gets
It was
the
very Doom
the
like.
fucking hand cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super Doom like. I was like, I love that. That's so cool.
And when they get to the mirror to see herself, she's like,
I like that
I-
scene because you kind of see it reminded me a little bit of the dude, like something from the dude who did District 9. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it
Yeah,
seemed like
Blomkamp,
something. Yeah, it
yeah.
seemed like something he would have created.
I think I would have liked the subject more since it already got like just out there. If it just went straight up doom and like it was just like a
Yeah.
fucking like entire just like blood fest the entire time.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah.
preferred. I actually saw a meme where it was from the movie Dodgeball when I don't know, I remember his name in the movie, but he's Milton in Office Space. Bill Dotrick,
Yeah.
where he sees the wife like being courted by another dude, and they put the doom music behind it. So it's literally like it's kind of like it starts and it's slowly kicking in, and then like he looks over, and he sees the guy hitting on his wife, and then and it just fully kicks in. And he's just kicking the shit out of him with dodgeballs. So I love that meme, but the problem is it's so overused that people do it like shit now. Where you watch it and you're like, that was garbage. Did a child put this together? What the fuck just happened? Like, I could have done better blind.
So the thing that bums me out about the wrap up story, which is titled "Holy Hell" in it,
AKA
is
porn.
this
circa
movie
1994.
actually has a really cool concept for the wrap up story, like them going on a raid. There's the fucking blaring like cult voice over the speakers, and them clearing rooms to find another tape. But then they just piss it away with that cheap ending,
Yep.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
and it was even more of a slap in the face. Like it's VHS, they're making
'Cause it
VHS.
even-
Like, come on, like
It even tied in two guys, one from the terror and from the beginning of the raid. He was on their team. So it had the same guy that actually tied it in. He was part of the vampire terror thing, and he was the one that was trying to raid the place.
yeah, it sucks because I think it was really cool till it got towards the end. Like I don't know if they
Well,
weren't
they went
sure.
from to go from culty to just too extremist, too psychotic extremists.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a little. I wanted to see more of the cult.
How do we bring it back?
Yeah.
How do we bring it back? We're gonna have two girls start undressing, and then make it look like it's gonna go porn, and then they're
But
gonna put on white suits.
I
ties.
think the main problem I had with my expectations is the cult short in VHS 2 is so fucking good
Yes.
that I thought this wraparound was going to be
Yeah.
something like it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
When I got hopes up when you start watching it, and then it's like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I'm watching like this is and the acting is bad, the way it's shot is bad, like the entire wrap up is terrible. Where it's like we're cursing VHS tapes, it's just like, the fuck, this movie just went to shit.
Mhm.
It would have been
Marvel
great way
thing.
if the
Did
girls
you
were
see
like
this connection?
if the girls were like trying to do something, all of a sudden they just got fucking killed by something else.
Like
Just to end it like
that would have been cool. I mean, the way they did it, they basically were on a whiteboard just drawing it out. Like, yes, we
Yeah.
film and we curse these tapes with spells, and then we distribute them. Like, it's just like,
Oh wait, they did that in the ring. Sorry.
it's terrible.
Mhm.
Watch this VHS and you're gonna die by
Watch
the ring.
all of them. Watch the first three. Watch this one, but understand that if you are a longtime fan and just haven't had a chance to check out the new one, it's a letdown of an ending. Like, I hope they make more, but it's still kind of like, fuck.
Like I said, depending on how this one's received, they would do one more, and I think they will get one more. There's a
watch it.
lot of good in this movie, and there's some parts that really get you, and you're like, you could have done better, especially when you're watching the first three
Yeah.
to see what they provided you, and then you get to
Because the first
new
three
age one.
are like, I think they're all high quality movies, and
Yeah,
this one, sometimes it's how it's shot throughout the movie. Sometimes it's just the idea that like, they're trying to make it look like old cameras. Like, there's something not quite authentic about it compared to the original three.
So we did what we liked about it. We did what we didn't like about it. What did you guys think of the wake? Because nobody talked about the wake.
Oh, the wake was good.
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't one of my favorites, but I did like it.
Yeah.
I did like the wake. It was. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't understand if it was a zombie movie. Like, if it was a zombie.
Yeah.
Or whatever that guy
Or
that
is it-
showed up that did his little incantation.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
did
was
he
the-
bring it back
Like,
to
did
life?
he
I was a
bring
little
it back
With
to
the
life?
gypsy.
It was definitely a creature of some sort that was back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
that
love.
was,
I
that
love
was probably
how-
the most pure horror of all of them.
Yeah.
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 And I'm glad you brought that up, Matt. If you watch all four, and my recommendation is watch all four. The first one is very much horror.
Yeah.
The second one is more culty, and like that culty horror. And then the third one, they jump into sci-fi.
Yeah, third one's
So it
much more
gets-
sci-fi, but I mean they've got third one's weird, but it's good.
And then this one, I think, is a mixture of both. A little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of horror. It
And
dipped
then you
in
have
there in this one.
Southbound.
Yeah.
Southbound's really
But
good.
they're all great, and I mean, anthologies when they're done well like this are. I'm gonna fucking make a Stephen King analogy. Take a shot. Stephen King's novellas are really good because they're short and to the point. The problem with most anthologies is people just shit them out and the writing's bad. The
Usually there's a
VHS
fair amount
series,
of bloat to them too.
yeah, the VHS series does a really good job of like their shorts are very like compact and to the point. Occasionally they'll have shorts that are a bit longer, like the Colt one in VHS two
Yeah.
is kind of an extended one, but it's really good. In this one, I think the subject is the longest short.
That's the robot one, right?
At least it felt like the longest.
Robot,
I think
the
that's the
robot
longest
Jar Jar
one.
Binks
Yeah.
is the longest
Hmm.
one.
Yeah. Did you say robot Jar Jar Binks?
Yes, I did.
Wait,
Yeah, you didn't see the robot Jar Jar Binks coming at you?
Yeah.
Alright. Yep.
I want
Now
to be
that's all.
friends. All right.
But yeah, the VHS series does a really good job of keeping their shorts like just at the sweet spot where they don't overstay
The
their welcome.
ABCs of Death is like that too. They do a pretty decent job, considering what you're watching.
I need to check those out again. I had seen the first one.
They're not.
I've never
they're
seen
not
those, actually.
Supremo, but they're goofy and they're pretty rough. Like, it's literally 26 little shorts.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's the alphabet of different ways to die, basically. But they're good. I enjoy them. But I'm a big anthology movie guy. Like, I love them.
Yeah. I love it. I love him so much I got into an argument with some fucktard on Facebook because he's criticizing Creep Show about it not being like amazing. And I told him, I was like, motherfucker, Creep Show is based off of like the EC 1950s comic. It's dime store horror. It's supposed to be cheap and schlocky. I was like, if you want a good anthology that has really good writing and actually payoff, the VHS series is really good. Like,
Southbound's
told me to go-
really good too.
but
Oh, well, that's Facebook for you.
I'm not gonna talk to you about it. I think I'm just gonna tell you to go fuck yourself.
I'm gonna
And
tell
I'm
you
in
that
that
you're
vein
wrong
where-
and I'm right, and I'm not gonna provide any reasons because this is Facebook and I don't need to. And my mom.
You made a good argument, but go fuck yourself.
I'm in that.
Oh, good.
I'm in that vein where I don't like anthology movies because I've been burnt so bad. But when I discovered
man's score.
VHS, I wanted more. I was like, this is how anthology movies should be done. It's really well done.
See, and that's why I say
So I like
Malignant
it a
should
lot.
have been an anthology movie. Can you imagine if they did an anthology movie out of that? It would have made so much more sense.
I
You guys
do
could
like
have got
the
more chairs
idea
thrown.
for Malignant of a different director each episode would have been really cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, it already feels like different movies. Give somebody else a fucking shot, Juan.
Yeah.
Juan. All right,
Hey Juan,
let's have final thoughts on VHS 4, starting
94.
with Alex, including.
I
hot
did
dogs.
enjoy it.
I wasn't done.
What was that?
Including hot dogs.
Including hot. Okay, are you done?
Wait, but Alex, you always give us a barometer of how many times you had to watch the movie because you fell asleep. Did you have to watch this once or twice?
Once.
One? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I did it once. I did rewind it once.
It's a one-hitter quitter.
The only time I rewound it was The Terror. I had to rewind it because there was so much shit going on, and blah blah blah
He's
sounds.
fighting off those Dementors.
No, it was sounds of the family here.
No,
But
but Alex, sorry to cut you off, but I will agree with you. I want The Terror was the only short where I was like not fully paying attention, and when I
Yeah.
watched it a second time, I was like, oh, I missed some things.
Yeah.
Like
So
them
I did have
killing
to
the same
rewind
guy
it.
over and over.
But I enjoyed the Storm Drain. I enjoyed the Wake, and I enjoyed the subject. Terror, I did like it. The last one, the Holy Hell, it was like weird, but overall, I'm gonna say this is something fun to watch. Just to fucking let your mind go loose, but you do have to pay attention to a little bit of something here and there. but it's not like it doesn't have to have your whole attention.
Yeah, you don't have to think
So
a bunch
it's
with this movie.
yeah, you don't have to have your whole attention going into it. The only part that I didn't really like was in the subject was the CGI. It was so fucking weird. You saw where CGI was going to happen before it happened.
Well, that's because they recorded on 4K cameras and didn't do 4K CGI. It's probably
Yeah.
running on 2K or something.
Yeah.
So it looks
Which
out of
again,
place.
if you're gonna do that, go all in and made it a bloodbath. I understand they did a lot of
Yeah.
story setup, but because of the CGI, it kind of like hindered it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the story is actually really good in that short.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like the CGI in fucking The Wake was fucking good. The guy had a face that was cut off like this.
Yeah.
And he was in a fucking wall. It looked fucking
Well, it's
awesome.
also different directors though too.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah,
Different
each
teams
is
that
each is a
worked on
different
it.
one.
Okay.
Which is another reason you should watch this series because you're seeing a bunch of fucking cool talent by different people
By different
in
people.
all of the
Okay.
films. Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna give this a 2. I hope I don't fucking make anybody angry, but
You're fired.
but I still enjoy it
Fired.
altogether. Overall, you should watch it, but for me it's a 2.
Well,
2 hot
Alex,
dogs.
that's 1 out of 3 for your last hot dog. So, Giovanni. I'm sorry, Alex. Were you done?
Yes.
Okay, Giovanni.
That's why I
I'm
have
a-
my beer in my hand.
That's how you know when he picks up the beer, you just start. I'm a fan of found footage movies. I love found footage movies.
Me too.
All the way down to like the Blair Witch. I thought that's a great movie. I love that movie. I know a lot of people don't. Some for the shaky cam footage, some for the way it's told. Another one you should check out is Jam Jam: The Haunted Asylum.
So
Sounds
far,
good.
Is that what it's called?
Go to
I,
Jim.
I hear, I hear
just
two
can't-
different names
Gunjim.
every time you say it, every time Anthony says it, I hear two different names.
Asylum,
if you like the Squid
Gunjim
Game, the one
Haunted
dude's in
Asylum.
it from Squid
which we
Game.
may or may not review
We should review it.
soon.
I'm liking
Watch
it so
all of
far.
them. Watch all the VHSs. This one, it's awesome because
VHSs.
all the VHSs.
VHS.
This one's awesome because it takes you back. If you grew up in the '90s, man, watching this, I was like, yeah, I know what it's like to re-record over something, to
It gives-
rewind it, to
It
watch
gives you
it.
that chance to remember Waco.
Yeah. I love this movie.
They
The
mentioned
ending,
Waco in there. Shut up.
the ending was horrible in this movie. It was the weakest point of this movie. It could have been way better, especially with the whole cult nature of the backstory that you were following. But for me, this is an easy 4.5 out of 5 hot dogs.
Wow, that's
I
high.
love this movie. Yeah. I'm an easy pleaser, though. So
He's easy to please.
Lewis.
This is definitely it's a 4 for me. I'm a little biased on the VHS series though, because when I think of this series, I think of the 90s, early 2000s when Blockbuster was open and you just find random gems. And the VHS series kind of feels like that because you're getting a bunch of shorts, you don't know what you're getting. And ironically, in all movies, they're all done pretty well. And it just makes me like it's funny because the first VHS movie was kind of underground. Matt was the one who discovered it
Pirated that bitch.
and showed me it, and then my first thing was like the thing I thought immediately is like, how do I find more shit like this? And there wasn't exactly anything like it. I mean, you had movies like The Signal, which is really good.
Yeah.
You had other anthologies, but nothing really
Not like
comes
this.
close. Yeah, nothing comes close to this style.
It left you.
and
It left you literally searching for videos that didn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope.
So yeah, I'm a bit of a I'm honestly I'm gonna be biased on all the movies we're reviewing. But yeah, this is a 4 out of 5 for me. Again, you can watch all 4 VHS movies and Southbound. I'd include in any order. They're fun to throw on. It's a good Halloween movie. So yeah, 4 out of 5 for me.
I'm gonna give this a 3.
You bitch.
Yeah, the ending really fucks with it.
which I understand.
I'm not a big fan of VHS being a handycam. The first 3 being a handycam, even as the number 3 was still a handycam movie, felt like it. This, because it's set in '94, they apply so many filtering effects to it to convey that it's old cameras. It gets frustrating, especially when you get to Alex's big thing with the subject with the CG. You're looking at 4K cameras, probably 1080p, 2K rendered CGI. That's why it just looks so shitty. I do like it. It's definitely worth a watch. The last act is a big letdown. But yeah, I think and honestly, probably one of my favorites, probably The Wake, because it's the most similar to the original trilogy as far as pure shorts.
Yeah.
It feels the most like a VHS movie. And it's okay that the other ones don't. It's just some of the stuff that is a big fan of the originals frustrated me, just kind of how it was filmed in certain ways and things like that.
I like how
Yeah,
The
fine.
Wake was actually shot in almost in one room almost the
Yeah.
whole time.
Also,
Yeah.
if,
I like
you know,
that.
there wasn't like they had a little bit of noise filtering on it to me, but there
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't like, oh, this is an old camera. It's just it gave us the
Yeah.
quality it was going to be. And I think if you would have had the subject have done that, where it didn't, they didn't apply those heavy filters, I think it would have looked much better too. Even with the low resolution CG.
Especially when you see the cameraman running around with a fucking flashlight taped onto the fucking camera.
Yeah, yeah.
You would get a different look from what he was actually seeing.
Yeah, and then the whole SWAT team thing for me, like every one of them was a bad actor. Like every single SWAT team member was a terrible.
From the original SWAT or from the
From Holy Hell.
Don't you talk
Okay,
shit about
okay.
Colin Farrell.
Whole backstory.
no. You went in a different direction.
The whole backstory. Yeah, I thought every single one of them up to the end was just terrible fucking actors.
So the beginning when it opens up with the SWAT team.
Yeah,
okay.
that was
Yeah.
bad, and the ending really fucked this
And
movie
then
up for me.
the sound. Now you brought that up, man. That verifies my sound, my two rating. The sound that they were trying to push into you was like they're trying to pump themselves up while they're driving to their fucking place.
Yeah.
It sounded like shit. It sounded like shit.
But that was trying to be like an emulating like the Predator, where they're
Yeah,
in the helicopter
Yeah.
and.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're in a SWAT truck. It's not going to be that bad. It is going to be noisy, but it's not going to be.
Yeah, I agree. It's douchey is the problem, because it doesn't come
Yeah.
off as like these are tough cops. It just comes off as like you guys are fucking posers. You're terrible actors.
And then where do you have one fucking guy with a camera who's not with a fucking bulletproof vest on at least? If he is gonna be there.
That is the weakness. That's
This
why I
was
gave it a
real.
3, because the beginning and the ending, that's kind of the surrounding story, the underbelly, which is supposed to be the thing that ties to the originals.
Holy hell.
I just wasn't a fan of it. It didn't strike me well. Everything else on the inside did. Like the guts on this movie are amazing, but the skin is fucking oogly.
Which sucks because that backstory
Yes, that-
has some of the best visuals through the whole story. Like it's all practical effects. You got bodies everywhere. You walk into like, what the fuck is going on here?
It would have been the
blood
only
everywhere.
true found footage type thing too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they went
Which
a
I understand
different
that.
direction. But all right, everybody good on this one?
Good.
We'll be right back with Halloween Double review.
Double.
Halloween Kills?
Halloween's
Halloween. Yeah.
TRB.
All right, so the main feature of the night, as you can hear my cats fighting in the background, is Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, which came out in 2021, the year that the world is ending.
Year of our Lord 2021.
Okay, so both of these movies, they're obviously it's a trilogy, a sequel trilogy to the original Halloween. Which I did pull some quick numbers since we're doing the two movies together. So the first Halloween movie, it's John Carpenter and Deborah Hill created it. It came out in 1978. What?
In the original movie, was there blood?
No.
Okay, go on.
No. Mustafa Akkad, who produced it, and the distributor didn't want any blood in the movie.
Okay.
But original movie came out in 1978, cost about $375,000 to make. The funny thing about that movie, Carpenter only wanted $15,000 in his name on the credit. But anyway, cost $375,000 to make. This movie, the 2018 one cost $15 million to make, and Halloween Kills is the most expensive one, costing $20 million to make.
Still not that much considering like how bloated Hollywood movie budgets have gotten.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
no, I
That's
get that.
considered
Yeah.
cheap still by Hollywood
Yeah.
standards.
That's an indie, like basically that's just a hair above indie flick budget at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as what they made, the original Halloween made about 60 to 70 million dollars. 2018 made 255 million dollars, and as of right now, Halloween Kills has made about 70 million.
Hmm.
So on track to do really good. But Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills are directed by David Gordon Green. If that name doesn't sound familiar in the horror world, it's because Gordon Green, who co-wrote the script with Danny McBride, they mainly did comedies. And a lot of comedies you guys know, Pineapple Express, they did Your Highness, they did...
Your Highness is terrible.
For those who don't know, who's Danny McBride?
He's Kenny fucking Powers.
They did the movie The Sitter with...
Also not good, Jonah Hill.
Yeah, not good either. But it's funny because David Gordon Green, this is the first time he's dipped his toes in horror, and now he has the Exorcist franchise to play with. So.
I mean, he's got a good eye for it. Like, one of the coolest scenes in any horror movie of recent times is 2018 when he just drops the teeth over the stall.
Yeah.
And it's, like...
Oh,
and,
I don't...
Oh yeah,
and so here's the thing, and I want to just dive into this right away. This is really one movie. It's one movie that they've separated over two. However, number two is much more tonally different. And I say this as in 2018 is much more the Michael Myers horror with a little bit of the Rob Zombie style violence, kind of mixed mashed in there. But it's much more of a homage to the original Halloween. Now, I have a theory of why this happens, but Halloween Kills is much more its own beast. And I think it's on purpose. I think they designed this trilogy to go through to its different stories centered in the same spectrum. So it's like the first one is really Laurie and Michael. That's what it's about. Here, whereas in Halloween Kills, and we'll go into it, Laurie's really out of the picture for most of it, to be honest with you. But it's set up for her to be, she's definitely in the confrontation. It's set up for the cop, Will Patton, to definitely be in whatever the third movie's confrontation in. And that's the problem, partially, is their characters aren't used in this movie. She's literally used as like, oh, I'm stabbed in here, but I'm tough, and nothing happens with her because they don't give it a chance
belly
to.
Stapled.
And the movie ends right about when you'd think she'd start getting more involved, and then boom, it's over. But like I said, I think Halloween Kills is much more about Michael becoming the animal, and I think it's clearly his road into the supernatural spectrum.
The last, like, what is it, like 4 or 5 minutes? It becomes about Laurie and the cop talking about how they have to kill Michael and how it's never going to be over and how we have to do this. Have you? I mean, is that what I gathered too? Like,
yeah, but you got to remember those
they're
are
just trying to set it up.
You have to understand though, those two characters are the only real two characters that came across him and failed to stop him but lived.
Right.
So like they each have a very personal.
Or failed to stop him because they were scared.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the idea is like they're still alive, and even though they failed to stop him, while so many others are dead, I think the idea with both of those characters becomes, I think what you're going to see, because Lewis, as we talked about, did read about there's a potential time jump happening. I think what you may see is I can't remember his character's name, but Will Patton's cop and Laurie Strode kind of. What if they're potentially hunting him? Or what if, like, there are options and cool shit they can do with the time jump. It's just, it's worrisome because then you start mixing in the idea of, like, well, Haddonfield's under a pandemic. Let's up the ante. And it's like, well.
Yeah, and
at the end
oh, sorry, good.
I was going to say, just at the end, they also mentioned that there was also a relationship between the two of them. At one point.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're going to see some more flashback of years that have been wasted.
Yeah.
You know, what? I don't throw it past them to make him one of her divorces.
Okay.
Yeah, and
because they never make mention. I'm sorry to cut you off, Anthony. They never make mention about who the father of her kid was. Do they?
No, but it's definitely not Frank Hawkins. There's
because they said that they kissed. That's about it.
No, they're in. She has a guy that she likes in the first movie, and I can't think of his name. Um, but this movie, we're gonna jump back and fucking forth. But to kind of give you a bit of perspective, in the original Halloween in 1978, Michael kills his sister. He's 6.
Right.
15 years later in that movie, he's 21. 40 years later, 2018, he's 61. If they do a time jump, which David Gordon Green said if they don't do it to the year the movie comes out, they were thinking about doing a 4-year time jump, he would be 65.
It says
There,
23.
no, yeah, that's if the movie
Okay.
comes out in
No,
2020.
no. 23 years old when he comes back to
No,
Haddonfield.
he's 21.
Okay, so
Uh,
it's got 6 and 23. So
no,
Well,
okay,
isn't
so
he
that's
21
okay.
because that's why he's being transferred to the actual criminal facility because
yeah,
he's no longer.
yeah, 15 years later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there are lines in Halloween Kills that ties back to Halloween 1978, that with the town and the Lori and Frank at the end, where they're pretty much talking about how you almost can't kill Michael because he's the personification of evil. If you remember the very first movie, Loomis, who's the world's shittiest doctor.
Just
Yeah.
fucking, he literally goes, fuck this kid, he's evil. And, like, that's his diagnosis.
Yeah, Loomis constantly says like, no, he is evil. Like
But he's
and
He's the
He's fuck-
personification of evil.
He's fucking right,
Yeah.
though. He's the only one that's right. Lori finally
But he
figures it
had-
out 40 fucking years
but-
later, but...
But where is he getting his fucking his facts?
in Halloween
but maybe by
5,
the fact that the kid murdered his sister and is clearly a fucking nut job.
No, I get that part.
in Halloween
Like, where
5,
is he getting it from?
in Halloween 5, Loomis is talking to a cop while like comically holding his gun. Like Loomis he's a bad doctor. He's really
Well,
bad.
we all remember the infamous scene of him firing again even though there was nothing in the chamber. Like, he was a wild, just fucking fuck this kid. Like, he just hated him.
Well, before we all jump
Click.
before we all jump into like the serious review, do you guys want the damage report I came up with for Michael's kill count and Michael's injuries?
Yeah.
From how many movies?
Well, if you're
Just the
following,
last two?
No, if you're following this canon, it's 1978, 2018 kills.
Which had 3.
Let's go for it.
1978 had 3 people.
Let's go
No,
for it.
no, it actually had more. So the total body count, like total, is 48 people throughout 3 movies.
Shit.
So in 1963, at age 6, he kills his sister, but it's possibly retcon that he killed the boyfriend too. So that's 2 people. So then in 1978, he kills 5 people and 2 dogs, and that's at age 21.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
In 2018, he kills 16 people, and in Halloween Kills, he kills minimum 25 people. Except, let's talk about how Michael's doing. So, in 78, he's stabbed in the neck once with a knitting needle. He's stabbed in the eye with a coat hanger. He's shot 6 times by Dr. Loomis.
No, he's not.
Shot him 6 times.
He is
does
shot
scream
6
it.
Would have been
times.
7 if he had more, goddammit.
And he falls off a 2nd-story balcony. This is all at the age of
And
21.
then
So
well, he was spry. He could heal quickly.
I'd say chances of survival are pretty slim. But anyways, he comes through. 40 years later, this is where it gets really weird. He's hit in the back and face with a crowbar several times. He's shot in the shoulder. He's hit by a car. He has 2 fingers blown off with a shotgun. He's then bitten
Yep.
in that hand with said missing
Which
fingers.
is a badass scene from her.
By Lori.
Yeah.
Very
He's
badass.
shot in the neck, stabbed in the shoulder, hit with a cast iron pot in the face twice, kicked down a flight of stairs, stabbed in the shoulder, stabbed in the hand.
All right, so wait a
This is
second.
burnt.
Wait,
When he
did
gets
he get shot in the cheek though?
no, that's in Rob
No.
Zombies.
Nope.
When he
No, I
when,
thought the daughter shot him with the.
Nope.
With the
That was in the neck.
No.
when
it was in the neck. Okay.
when
Yep.
It's a-
when he gets hit down the stairs and then he rises like the Undertaker, I couldn't not chuckle. Like it was, he literally gets up just like Taker.
Yeah.
So
I did say Undertaker's getting up.
Yeah,
so so we're at the end of the 2018. So his mask is burned in possible smoke inhalation. Then, same night, Halloween Kills. He's choked with a stethoscope, hit in the face with a bag of bricks 3 times, stabbed in the chest 3 times in the abdomen area, stabbed in the back with a pitchfork. He has his face curb stomped on a stair. He's beaten with bats, crowbar, 2x4, and one lady has an iron. I don't know why.
yes.
And then
Was
he
it
shot.
plugged in?
No. And then
Oh
he
shit!
and then he shot 5 times and stabbed in the back.
Not just the back. She stabs him in the spinal column where
Yeah.
it meets
Yup.
the neck.
So I made that list because it's hilarious, but also at the same time is if these movies want to take themselves serious, which they have a very serious tone, there's no way you could not go into the he is pure evil and the supernatural territory.
And that's why I'm saying if they do the time jump, they're going to have to turn him from the man that you see murdering everybody in Halloween Kills to the myth that he was pre-2018 movie. And that's maybe what they're trying to do is go, you know what? He needs to disappear because he murdered half the fucking town in this movie. Everyone's looking for him, but how do you fucking make him disappear? How does he survive? Like, they explain how he survives the fire in Halloween Kills. And they also explain how he ends up surviving at some point in the flashback scene in Halloween Kills when Will Patton stops Loomis from straight up blasting him. So, like, the problem with the time jump is there's going to be serious gaps to fill. And how do you make arguably one of the most hunted men at this point? I mean, you can't tell me that didn't make national fucking news. He killed 25 people in one night, plus whatever 2018 movies was the 14 you said. Like, so I don't know how they're going to do a time jump without making him a wanted man and exploring that. But even then, where the fuck does Micheal Myers hide?
Well, my
In the sewers with the rats.
my biggest nitpick about the movie, which I guess, I mean, if it goes into supernatural, I guess you don't need this. But what I would have loved is if you watch the 2018 movie, when you get towards the end of it, you see that they very slowly start to do like visual degradation on Michael's mask. You know, it shows burnt. It has some holes in it. So you're being very detailed on the mask. Why are you not detailed on the jumpsuit? Like, as the movie goes on, it should be more blood, more blood, more blood. By the time Halloween Kills ends, that jumpsuit should be red. It should be coated in blood.
Exactly.
It's a... Oh, Matt, you're muted.
Vintage Matt. Do you think they're going to use the mask to tie to that? That's the supernatural element, and you got to destroy the mask in order to destroy him.
I hope not,
the mask to
because-
keep him alive. I mean, that does make sense
because
though.
he gets the shit beat out of him. Was he? Yeah, his mask is off, right? Or no, it's on.
Yeah.
No, it's off.
No, it's on. No, it's
No,
on.
he
Okay.
picks it up. Remember
Yeah,
from the floor.
and they fuck
allow him to put it
they
on.
fuck him up, but only after that. Like, he was kind of weak without the mask on, and then he picks it up and takes the beating and gets right back up. It does to me seem like they may be going the direction of like that mask is the supernatural element that keeps him going, and without it, that's why he's so docile in the insane asylum and refuses to speak. That's why the murderous tendencies aren't inside of him, even though they are, because in both 2018 and Halloween Kills, he murders people without the mask.
I don't know.
Because
He
in
needed the
2018,
mask.
he seeks that mask out. I mean,
He knows exactly where it is in the trunk. He didn't watch them, but he knew where the fuck it is. Like, it pulsates to him.
Yeah.
But even the 2018 film, 2018 film did a thing where it was kind of like he was going after Laurie, and then in Halloween Kills they kind of retcon that a little bit.
Right.
'Cause the thing about the thing that I like most about the franchise, really the first movie, is what makes Micheal Myers terrifying. Is the reason he went after Laurie was totally fucking random. And in 2018, they try to rope it into like, no, he's going after Laurie for a reason. And in Halloween Kills, they try to shoehorn like, no, he's trying to go home. So I feel like this trilogy needs to give us not a full answer, but pick a direction.
Well, I mean, they do have the one line in 2018 where the one kid's like, aren't they brother and sister? As like a throwback to the sequels.
Right.
And they're just like,
Yeah.
where did you hear that? So they're definitely not going that route. I mean, they're definitely,
No.
he is attracted to her, but, or is he? Maybe
Or
maybe
is
that's
he?
the whole idea is
It
the,
just
is,
happens. She's just in the
like
direction.
like what if
It's just
Haddonfield
the
is his
direction.
target and she's taking it personal all these years and he doesn't really give a fuck about her? That'd be a nice twist in the third one where it's like, no, bitch, you just happen to be here.
Had she
I-
just left, he wouldn't fucking care.
If she moved to
talking
California,
to-
he'd be like, I don't fucking care. I got plenty of people to kill in Haddonfield.
He's like, who the fuck was that? Who's
I was-
Laurie Strode?
I was talking. Well, when you get into the sequels, you find out Michael Myers drives across country 4 times. So goofy.
He's a good driver.
I was talking to Shay about it, my wife, because she had asked me. She's like, "You're such a big fan of Michael Myers. Why do you think he wants to kill Laurie Strode?" And I was like, "I don't think he has an obsession with Laurie Strode, but you got to realize that by the end of the first movie, he didn't get to kill everyone he set out to kill, and the last person was Laurie. So I don't think it's particularly that he's obsessed with Laurie. I think it's that he didn't get to finish that urge that he had. So it becomes an obsession because it's
Almost-
like I didn't
Almost like an
finish that
OCD
one.
complex.
Yeah, that's
think-
what I take it as.
I mean, well, here's
Hear
the
me
thing.
out.
They clearly
Hardcore.
paint her as being obsessed with him, though,
yeah,
They
yeah,
do.
which
Oh,
is
yeah.
an interesting
Oh, yeah.
ideal.
And hear me out on both your concepts. So for movie 1, he didn't kill Laurie. Laurie survives. Laurie's technically the only person who kind of opposed him and stood up
Yeah.
to him at that power level.
Will
Like, you know what I
Patton.
mean?
Well-
Will Patton.
Technically, Loomis.
He didn't die from
succeeded
him.
in that as well.
That's true. That's true. But Laurie,
Times.
I don't know what it is about Laurie, but I feel like the story kind of makes sense. Like in the second Halloween 2018, he gets the mask, and Laurie, I'm pretty sure Michael, because they say throughout the movie, like he's not an idiot. He knows what's
Yeah.
going on. So I'm pretty sure he
He's-
knows Laurie survived and she's ready for me. I know he knows it. He clearly knows it. And then through the whole scene where the movie 2018 ends, and clearly Laurie has the upper hand with her family. He sees them all. He's like, Laurie's like, I got you. And I think into Kill, where he goes home, I think there's a sense of like, you know, I've been able to kill all these people. I'm unstoppable. I think Michael gets a sense of that, and Laurie's the only person who kind of put him in his place, and he's
Yeah.
kind of like, I think, shell shocked there for a moment. So that's probably why he goes home, doesn't go for Laurie right away.
See, I
There is a line. There is a line that said, Michael Myers is a 6-year-old in a big man's body with unseen strength.
yeah.
So that is something that's said about him, about how he is a 6-year-old in this fucking big ass body, but he's got this fucking strength that you can't believe what he can do.
But the problem is it's like, because of how he does things, I think it's very much, if you're going along that line of logic, Giovanni, then it's the idea that after Halloween 2018, to him, it was all bets are off. And that's why he goes the way he goes. Like, that's the only way that would have to make sense, because then it would be like, fuck, she defeated me. Then that would give him the, I mean, because he's smart, though, because he survives in the little pull-down shelter area that she had.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he survives the fire. So he's clearly got intelligence. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you can't say he's not going after Laurie and them when in 2018 he goes to her house and attacks them. And that's how in Halloween Kills he's in the fire in the first place, because they set his ass up.
Well, he
it's-
was brought
in
to
20
her house.
in 2018
because of the doctor.
He's
Yeah.
technically set up, which I thought that was a little too loose.
really
Which
is.
actually, let's talk about the doctor.
Yeah, that
the
doctor.
worst line in the 2018 for one is when Laurie Strode tells him, "You're the new Loomis." I feel like actually in both movies they try to recreate a lot of shots.
Yeah.
And some are done tastefully, some not so much. The doctor, the new Loomis in the 2018, I'm fine with that plot, whatever. I wouldn't have went that way. But when he goes to stab Frank and he clicks a penknife and it has a little knife, I was like,
Yeah.
this, like you're taking the piss out
And
of
then,
me right
then
now.
there's also the terrible line he does of like, I always wonder what it felt like to kill someone. It's
Yeah.
just terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Now his character, if you look at Loomis, Loomis had an obsession with Michael in
He
the
did.
78 film.
He
So
Well,
so,
that's
I
why
mean,
this
his-
guy has such an obsession. He even says
Yeah,
he studied
so-
under
so
Loomis.
But
his plot line is understandable, but I don't know the
Yeah,
way
but
his
Loomis also knew that Michael needed to die. Like
yeah,
Loomis knew, like
Loomis
this
Loomis
guy's not
didn't wanna-
doesn't need to be here, and the new Loomis is like, no, I want
I
to suck
wanna
your
know what
dick,
the
and you need to
power is.
live, and you know, like
I
it's,
wanna
it was
know what
weird.
the power
is
is.
Nandor.
Fucking
Yeah.
Michael.
What are we doing here today? We're going to kill
So
somebody.
my question
Right.
is, I know Lori's like, you're the new Loomis. Did Lori? I can't remember. Did Lori ever get to meet Loomis in the first one? I can't remember.
If you follow this new canon, we don't know what interaction Laurie has actually had with
Yep.
Loomis other than him showing up, fucking waggling his gun around like a
Fucking
fucking
madman.
maniac. I'm assuming me and Matt were texting a while ago, and Matt had said something like, "You think that there's going to be a lot of flashbacks in this in the end of this new trilogy."
Yep.
And if they do that, I'm actually okay with it because the flashback in Halloween Kills looks good.
Yeah, they did
It
a good
looks
I
job
did
of-
like the flashbacks.
You know what's
I did
funny?
like it.
When Jen and I were watching it, because she plays Dead by Daylight and they have a Haddonfield map, she goes, "Oh wow, Dead by Daylight did a really good job capturing Haddonfield." And I go, "Yeah, and this movie does a really good job of capturing Haddonfield, doesn't it? Because it looks just like the fucking map."
The problem Matt and I had with that flashback is it shouldn't have went there. If
Nope.
you watch Halloween 1978 and you watch 2018, you're like, well, how did Michael get away? And you're just told in a throwaway line in 2018 where Frank's like, I'm the one that caught him, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
what? Like what?
Yeah.
If they would have spliced that flashback in between the first movie in bits and pieces, it would have been better because like.
Yeah.
Because you make me believe you caught Michael Myers. Don't just tell me in a line you did it. And the flashback's really good, too.
Yeah,
It's
they
really
are.
good.
And like that's the thing is, and simply just for cinematic effect and continuity, I think it would have made much more sense if before Frank gets taken down by the doctor, he's driving into that area looking for Michael Myers. You remember when they
It's that
see him
flashback.
walking? You stop it there. You show the flashback, or you show the beginning part of the flashback where he's chasing him. Then you show the confrontation where the doctor gets him. You show the, and everything like that. Then you finish the flashback where he chickens out, shoots his partner, finish that flashback, and then
On accident, yeah.
then that's the ending of whatever. But then Halloween Kills footage comes in, where you've shown his past mess up, you've shown him get attacked, and here's Halloween Kills. Here's where he is now, lying dead, almost dying on the road, and the kid finds him. The problem with the flashback is they put it too much in the wrong movie. Because then what you're doing is like, and the thing is, and that's why you have to consider this movie one fucking movie, because it's all one night. So continuity-wise, the flashback happens fairly, I guess, appropriately. But
Yeah, it's great.
but film-wise, cinematically-wise,
It just
it
took
was
4
you-
years to go to.
You could have put it in
Two-
other
2 years
places. You
ago?
could have kind of chopped it up and
3
maybe
years?
string it through, or do it in a different area to make it more impactful. Because the problem is, you show Frank, the kid, finding him, and then it's flashback, and then you don't see Frank until they cart him into the hospital again, until that kid's storyline is relevant. So it feels like you get so pulled away from his character, it becomes
Now-
not like, oh, he's alive. It becomes, oh yeah, that fucking guy, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Now
And to the-
go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, to the Matt's point, I know I texted you, Matt, and I said, if you never saw 2018, and I
Uh-huh.
specifically mean if you never watched 2018,
Yes.
and
I
you
was
went
about
from
to
the
say something
first
about that.
one to Kill, you would not fucking know what was going on.
No.
So
It wouldn't make
on-
any fucking sense.
on that comment, I started watching Halloween Kills the night it came out, and I sent you all the text saying, "Hey, by the way, this is all ready to go." But I did not see the movie 20. I guess I did not watch 2018. That was my fault.
See, but that's the other thing though. There's other scenes that should have been edited
But I saw
differently.
I saw
Sorry.
15 minutes. I saw 15 minutes in. I was like, oh shit, I don't know what
And you're
this
like,
is.
wait, hold
So
on.
I stopped. I stopped. Then I watched 2018, and then I saw the end of 2018. Then I saw the beginning of Halloween Kills again. I was like, holy shit, now it makes sense.
Well,
So it made sense.
and that's the thing is, talk about re-editing the movie. Like you could have gone from.
It could have been like a big movie.
Well, you could have taken the flashback scene and included more of Tommy in it, and had his a flashback to him, and then you could have cut that into his bar scene, and you have him doing his little speech, and then the footage over the audio of his
That
speech
could have been split in two movies.
is Micheal Myers wasting people. Like that's the thing is a lot of the shit they filmed
Yeah.
from Halloween Kills should have been in 2018, but I don't think they had enough of a cohesive plan to understand this would make more sense here and shit like that.
It was pretty much like a big monologue, which didn't have anything to fill the monologue.
Well, I see. I like the monologue. I think I
No,
I like
I'm
him as an
saying
actor.
I'm talking about Tommy's little spiel.
Yeah,
There was nothing to fill it in between. It was him just talking to the crowd.
yeah.
And there was nothing happening in the crowd.
No, well, they're listening. They're captivated.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But there was shit that was going on in the town.
There is a problematic thing with the flashback though that a lot like I've been watching other reviews on this movie to just understand other people's opinions on it. And one thing that is an issue with the flashback is that it leans into into having to explain Michael a bit, because you see that he decides to walk out and give himself up. And now because of that, by the third movie, you're going to have to explain Michael a little bit more, which kind of goes against the original movie. So again, they're not in a bad way. They're pushing themselves into this corner that they're going to have to execute things in this third movie that are going to have to be fucking on point, because Michael is going to have to lean towards supernatural, and you're going to have to explain Michael a bit, which the reason people like this franchise is because Michael's unexplainable. So you're either going to say too much and piss people off, or you're not going to say enough, and that flashback's not going to make any sense.
Well, I mean, unless. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was going to say. So I am very like the third movie is on thin ice with me, but I really want to see where David Gordon Green takes it. But these two movies shake up like the core of the first movie like fucking crazy. So
Yeah. I mean, they can take it certain directions. I mean, I think it would be personally cool if when you first see Michael in the finale film, they show him without the mask, kind of broken down, kind of
just make the beef well into
You mean finally show his face?
Well,
or
no.
you mean
Like
still focus?
No. The image I have in my head is like he's in wherever he's hiding, and it's from the back, and he's just looking at the mask sitting over here, and you could like they go over his body a little maybe, or you see him like he's limping, and then the thing is when he puts on the mask, all that shit goes away. Like that's where it seems like it's going.
And I agree with the behind shot, because I appreciate that both of these movies show Michael's face out of focus, because essentially his face is not important.
He's an old white dude. You're not going to be happy by it.
Well, not only that, like in a sense,
With one eye.
that's not his face anymore. The mask is his face.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
even if by the third movie they kill him, he's on the floor, keep his face out of focus, because that's not Michael.
Yeah.
The mask is Michael.
Yeah.
To me.
I wonder in this movie and in 2018 if the explanation of Michael is because they anticipated there will be a certain amount of people who watch this movie who've never seen the first Halloween.
I mean, I mean, Halloween 2018 was pretty good as far as servicing to the old school, like giving a good homage.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
I mean, you do have to create the movie to a certain element to attract new audiences, but I would argue that Halloween 2018 was definitely a swan song to the original.
Okay.
Also, 2018 did not fucking touch anything from all the previous fucking movies.
Well, no, because
So everybody was
No,
like,
they're not
what
canon.
is this?
Yeah,
What
it's
is
a
this?"
direct sequel to the first one, which I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
All
not
the,
canon. Although they're
2 through 5 is a wash.
There are a lot of references. This
Which right here, right here.
Halloween Kills. Well, no, the those three are also in 2018 as well. But it is cool that they show them again. The mask.
Not
Um,
Little John and Big John though.
no,
Halloween
not
Kills
Little
only,
John and Big
baby.
John.
I love Little John and Big John.
So Halloween Kills pulls a lot from, I think it's Halloween 4, where there actually is a scene where the town uprises and tries to go after Michael. Um, I think it would be funny if in the third one they bring in Daniel Harris and Tom Atkins for no fucking reason other than they were in other Halloween films. Um, but there's shots in both movies that are recreations of the first movie. Laurie falls off the roof instead of Michael. The long-winded shots, like when Michael goes through the garage area, it's trying to mimic the Panaglide camera that they originally used in the first film, which I think that shit's cool.
2018 is very well filmed. Like it is.
Oh, yeah.
I think a good. I don't think you can argue the fact that 2018 is a better cinematic experience than Halloween Kills. But Halloween Kills is also its own. It's its own beast. It's literally they took Michael Myers and put him up to turbo. And that's literally what Halloween Kills is. And Halloween 2018 is the movie you want to watch when you want the homage to the original, a really haunting Michael Myers feel, and some great kills. Halloween Kills is the movie for the person that always went there and just, man, I wish he would just rip apart the entire fucking town. Like he's in, that's how, and it still follows the storyline, but that very much is for everybody who's got that bloodlust for their 80s slasher heroes that never got to be that violent. Like me, watch this now and go, fuck, give me more. Like, I'm one of the people that was like, as violent as that fucking movie was, they could have squeezed in some more. I'm just saying. Like, I'm
need a bit more.
I also watch movies like The Raid that are just martial arts movies that happen to be extremely gory. It is what it is. Give me more.
My biggest issue with Halloween Kills, which we'll keep jumping back and forth, is the ending, and not the way it ended, but there's two montage kills in Halloween Kills that are garbage, and it's the mob fight. The mob fight scene
under the one street lamp.
Jumps back and is killing everyone in quick edited cuts. Get that shit out of here! Like show me him fully killing someone in an extended cut.
Wasn't it also like being narrated by Laurie Strode?
Yeah, she was talking.
Yeah,
but that was that whole line about him being supernatural.
That's fine. Another thing is the Judy Greer kill, the mom. Like, don't treat me like I'm a stupid horror fan. Show that kill or don't.
Yeah, I didn't understand the daughter of Laurie, the one who dies at the end. I didn't understand the quick cuts, like it was like fucking Psycho. I didn't get that.
Like that classic shower kill.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Classic stab.
If they did it as a fake out, which it seems like it's like the most cliche fake out ever if it is, but film it differently, not a quick cut. Film it from the side so it looks like he's fucking killing her and cut away. Yeah. That was the cheapest, like that and the mob kill. That was just cheap editing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was almost. I didn't get it either. Like for me, I don't know. The as much as I don't like the Pam Grier death, just because of how it's filmed, the mob kill scene at the end is just, you cause so much carnage, but you film it like shit. Like, especially when
you say Pam Grier.
Yeah, isn't that her name? No, it's
Judy Greer.
Judy Greer.
Oh, okay. I was Pam Grier is from,
Remember when we talked about who'd be more sober by the end? So like
no, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I'm way sober. You are.
You said Pam Grier. Okay, go ahead.
I messed up a name. You're drunk. I still win. The fuck was I saying? Yeah,
People dies tonight.
And if the time jump is true, the ending of this movie sucks. Just how they leave it too, because it's like.
Yeah.
Like, I get it if we're going to follow the night through and I can see what happens, but if you're doing a time jump, then it's literally you made a movie without an ending.
Well, now, not only that, you have to open up the other movie with a whole bunch of explanation that's going to be shoehorned into this small time
Yeah,
frame.
what is going to
it's gonna
take up
be like
40 minutes of story
Yeah.
to fill in so we know where the fuck's going on?
It's
Well,
like I want to see what happens. There's going to be quick cut to like, well, they found all these bodies.
Newspaper
What-
clippings.
Yeah, like it's like, So I understand. I get that.
They're going to try to
Is-
Texas chainsaw it.
Is there looking through both movies? Is there a favorite kill you guys have?
Oh, I really like the Lenny Clark death, which is the old white dude and his former caretaker, the woman. And I feel that when he's repeatedly stabbing him, he's testing the knives.
Yeah.
Like he's like seeing which one stabs the best.
I like how he stops.
Yeah, and he's like, I
And he
like
reaches
this one.
over.
Like that's such a fucked up
over.
scene because you have her
Yeah.
dying from him
And she's
sticking the
watching.
fucking light in, and he's just frink. But that scene I think is important because that's him becoming the animal that they've said he is the whole time. Like up until Halloween Kills, he has a lot of kills, but then it's him just like that death scene
Then
for both
it's
of them
just
is
him
brutal.
being fucking brutal.
Yeah,
For me,
and he like how he
the
pulls
quick-
him through the fucking thing, and that probably my favorite just because it's so brutal.
I
Yeah.
winced at that and the fluorescent. Ugh.
Yeah.
I
was like, what the
I watched
fuck
it.
is going
I
on
watched
here?
it twice. I watched it once by myself and once with my wife, or with Jen, and she's like, still kind of wincing, and it's like, oh man, and I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna get better because once he pulls Lenny Clark through, she's like, oh, and I was like, it doesn't get nicer from here, and then the fucking light bulb through the throat, and she's like, oh, and I was like, I fucking told you, I don't know, gave you fair warning.
for me, I have two. It's the quick kill in the car where he stabs
the
the black guy
knife?
in the eye.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
wow. And I was like, oh.
And it's not even just the kill; it's him.
Yeah.
And he's still
Yeah,
moving.
right
like,
after.
oh, it's the makeup job on that was killer. It was literally.
But I will say, Michael versus the firefighters was fucking awesome.
Just that whole
That was
scene,
more, though.
dude.
I wish we got more.
The whole scene when he comes out of the front door and he's holding
could've
the
been
fire,
longer.
the
Yep.
pickaxe thing, and it's just the lighting and the rain. Or the water from the hose. I do also. Did you guys notice the throwback they did? Where in 2018 he kills the cop and puts the flashlight in his head, and then when
Yeah.
they come to the fire death scene, you see that again. What is that? Is that a flash? Is that an homage to something?
No, not that I can recall.
Like he makes
no.
jack-o'-lanterns out of a cop and a firefighter. I don't get it.
So I have one kill I really like, and another lead up to a kill I really like for different reasons. My favorite kill is the knife one as well. I really like that one. I also like the firefighter, but I think the knife one's probably my favorite. The other lead up to a kill I really like, just because it's fucking sad as hell, is Lonnie, the boyfriend's dad. When he pulls up to the
Yeah.
house, he gets out of the car and he looks at him and he's like, "Don't worry, buddy, I'll be right back." I watched the movie 5 times. Each time I'm like, "Fuck, man!" Like Lonnie knows that he's not gonna be right back.
So-
he knows.
As much as I
And-
hate the stupid lamp scene at the end, the dumbest death is the doctor who shoots herself. When he literally Jackie
God,
Chan's
yeah.
the car door into her and she shoots herself, fucking stupid. That is a kill you would see in a Scream movie. Unacceptable.
Which
I would have
again,
liked if he would have
Michael-
pulled the knife out of her husband and threw it at her.
No, now you're going into Jason territory with his axe throwing skills in the remake.
and Michael climbing on the car. That's another homage to the first movie.
I liked
Yeah.
that a little bit. I did, to be honest with you. It was kind of cool.
So I guess, can we really quickly talk about the legacy characters in this movie?
Anthony
So
Michael Hall, a.k.a. Paul
Yeah.
Rudd.
Marion,
Anthony Michael Hall, I think he did a good job.
Yeah,
in
I
this.
like him.
I feel like he was a little bit wasted potential. You need the mob scene, the legacy characters coming together. I like it. I would have liked to see Anthony Michael Hall go toe to toe with Michael, knowing he'd be killed. Because the thing with the legacy characters is they can talk about Evil Dice Night and go after Michael. They all know that if they see him, they're gonna stop in their tracks. And I would have liked to see a scene, not in a fucking cheap edit, where Michael Anthony Hall tries to go up against Michael and just stops, knowing like, I'm staring at death. Like I thought I can kill this dude, and then just gets eviscerated. I would have.
Well, see,
With a bat
the way I would have
with a
liked
bat
it.
that says what it says.
Oh yeah, what did the bat say again? It was
My Huckleberry.
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 Yeah.
My Huckleberry.
The thing about it is like he could have wasted everybody else under the street lamp. Okay, Anthony Michael Hall should have been made to fear him again. There should have been a scene where it was like Hall follows him into an abandoned house or something, and they play a game of cat and mouse until he's brutally murdered. Like, they didn't give him enough. Like, considering his whole part is how he's gonna give justice and he's gonna kill evil and he riles up the fucking town. And so the one part of the movie that actually does touch my cockles and really made me feel bad was the mentally ill guy who jumps out the window.
Yeah, that was rough.
And so Jen, I don't think really remembered him from 2018. So as soon as you start 2018, he's in the insane asylum right next to Michael. I'm like, that's dude. And she's like, oh, because
That's the umbrella guy.
we watched Halloween Kills and then we watched 2018 because she was like, I kind of want to watch it. I was like, I'm fucking down. Let's do it. So I'm gonna try to get her to watch Rob Zombies, and we'll see how that works out. But
See, but so that specific scene, a lot of people dislike the movie for that scene. I think that entire scene is important, and the reason I think it's important is because Laurie, Michael, and the town of Haddonfield are all three main characters of this entire franchise.
Mm-hmm.
The town fears Michael, and showing the mob mentality, it shows how much of a poison he is to Haddonfield that they would do this. And yes, you're taking away time from Michael killing someone on screen, but like
No,
it shows what this town has become because of this person that they all believe is the personification of evil.
where it happened,
So-
and this is 40 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
The fear
yeah.
instilled in them by Michael when the inmate is dead and they're all around him. They're like, well, is it him? Well, how do you know?
Michael
know?
Like, is he dead? Like it's. I love that
Is
scene
it
because
him?
it shows
Evil dies
it-
tonight.
it pulls through what Michael has done to that town in such a beautiful way, and you can tell they're fed up with it, but they're also fucking terrified of him.
Yeah, and just the idea of like they go literally witch hunting. And I would have liked to see, but the problem is once again, you have to go supernatural. How does he take on a town? And where does it go from here?
Yeah.
He took on how many members of the town in Kills? How do you do a time jump and have him unless Halloween Kills is going to be a much more
If
toned
that
back movie?
happens, yeah.
I don't
If
know,
that
man.
happens.
At 63, 64, 65,
Well, then,
like,
but that's the idea of like the supernatural comes into play even more and more.
I mean, if they're playing it
Michael's
safe,
geriatric.
if they're playing it
Half a
safe,
hand.
they're gonna do a time jump. The daughter, the granddaughter is gonna now live with Lori. They're
Yeah,
both
'cause
gonna be, they're both gonna have gone through more John Wick training, and Michael's gonna show up and attack. And it's like, I don't know what you do from there when you add the supernatural element.
Yeah, I
Is
don't know.
Michael gonna be still in his prime?
Well, that's the thing is
where
the
the
supernatural element.
fuck has he been?
The
Is
supernatural
he gonna
element.
still be 6-year-old?
The only way to have it make sense, I think, is to tie
Because
it
they
to the
made
mask.
reference.
Yeah, that mask concept sounds
but
good.
the reference doesn't. I don't take that as face value, because if you even back to the 1978 one, Michael is cold and calculated enough to know what he's doing, and to stage bodies in a specific way. Like
Yeah.
he
But
understands.
he did it in Halloween Kills.
Well, he
yeah.
plays cat and mouse. I mean, and that's in every Halloween movie, though.
Yeah,
Across
yeah,
the board,
he's very intelligent.
Yeah, every movie that he's in, he is shown to be kind of a very good strategist as far as how he pins these people and kills them, and how smart, how he listens. So, like, he's a
Yeah.
very intelligent person for murder. Now, they don't, the problem is Loomis was such a piece of shit. He didn't care about intelligence. He knew he was evil. Like, I have a feeling Loomis, at the end of every day, took a swig off a bottle of whiskey and looked at his gun like, should today be the day?
Loomis was an idiot. He was a fucking
I'm a
idiot.
bad doctor.
I'll go shoot
but
Michael. I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna try to get Michael.
I'll go retire to Boca. Fuck this
I'm
guy.
a bad doctor.
Loomis just wanted
But-
to retire to Florida and look at.
I mean,
what
Oh
he
my
is.
god.
You do have other issues in this movie and in the 2018 one. Michael has his teleportation energy, He's
Little
in
bit.
like in the 2018 one.
You
He's
mean
in
he
an
can show up
area.
behind you?
He's in an area where there's an automatic light for sensor, and he keeps teleporting around the fat kid and kills him. In Halloween Kills, he teleports from the ground 2 blocks away to inside the house to kill Judy Greer. Like, I don't know. I love Halloween Kills for what it does.
He's gonna turn out to be a Satanist.
I mean, if you follow the Cult of Thorn, but I'm so baffled as to what the fuck they're gonna do in this last movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. How are they gonna explain it?
Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe like what he says is just like a whatever comment or like yeah, we'll give you a little bit. You know, I mean the script's already written though, so it's like they already confirmed that the script's written. So it's like we'll see what happens. Let's do final thoughts and then hot dogs for this.
Now,
If you consider them one
Is
movie,
it-
I do.
Remember,
Is
there's
it
two
two
movies.
scores or is it
Yeah,
one
there's
score?
You have to do
There's
two
two.
scores because they're independent releases.
There's two.
Okay.
There's two.
Okay.
So let's start with Alex,
Why?
because I said so.
Because you're first.
No, I went first last time.
So what? What are you? You're not 5? Fucking go. This isn't kindergarten.
Fuck, man. I want to hear everybody else first.
Why? Why would
All right,
I drag
I'll
your
go first.
opinion?
I'll go first.
I want to hear first.
Oh,
I will go first.
Oh, thank you.
If your opinion of Halloween Kills is its ass, or it was a waste of your time, or you wish you hadn't seen it, maybe be an
Hey,
adult
man.
and watch it again.
it's
No, the cool thing about the Halloween franchise is there's technically 6 or 5 different canons. So I mean, you could take your pick. Obviously, David Gordon Green is doing a more serious take on it. With both movies, he kind of puts himself in certain corners. But I think this new trilogy is going to be the gold standard for the other big budget franchises, because you got to realize Wes Craven's estate just got Nightmare back.
Okay, cool.
Friday the 13th is out of development hell, so they can make movies.
nice.
So I believe you will see very serious takes on those IPs because of the success of this movie. Do I think you should watch these two? Yes. Will it kind of upset you if you're a Halloween purist for the 78? Yes. But I'm like I think you should see this director out his full vision, even if it, like I said, a lot of people are going to be mad that we're starting to explain Michael.
Yeah.
But my ratings for them, 2018, I think is a perfect execution of taking an old franchise and breathing life into it and offering something new. That's a 5 out of 5 knives for me, I guess.
Huh.
And Halloween Kills, although I do really like it, with the way it writes itself into how it sets up into the third one,
Yeah.
it would be a 4.5 for me. So both high scores. Like I said, they're worth checking out. But like all 4 of us have said, if you're going to watch one of these movies, you need to watch the other one with it.
Definitely.
You need
Yeah.
to sit down and do a double feature. You can't, if you watched 2018 2 years ago and you want to watch Kills, no, go back and watch 2018 and then watch Kills.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I'll go. I 2018 is an easy 5. I feel it was an incredible homage to the original, while making it more modern. It was nice and violent. It kept the horror vibe. Easy 5 for me. I actually forgot how much I liked it till I rewatched it. Halloween Kills is an easy. I'm with Lewis on this one. It's an easy 4.5. It's going to divide, and we have to see where the future of the franchise goes. But withstanding where it is, besides the fact that it doesn't really have an ending, I really love the movie. I'm going to watch it again soon. I'm a body count guy in a lot of respects, and I think they did it really well, except for the ending kind of under the lamplight scene. Other than that, yeah, watch 2018. You can, and the nice thing about it is, the one thing I didn't love about Halloween Kills was specifically just because all of the flashbacks were in that movie. Almost like they were like, "Fuck, we wanted to do flashbacks. Well, we'll do them in the next movie." And they're gonna cover everything because it's all one night. I would have liked to seen maybe a little bit more cohesive thought process in presenting the flashbacks. But yeah, 5 for 2018. I'm with Lewis. 4.5 for Halloween Kills. Go watch them both. They're awesome.
Let me go.
You tell us, Alex. You didn't want to go.
Right.
Who's next?
So
I
I did love 2018. I love the energy of that movie. Yes, it does pay respects to the first one. That is an easy 5. Hills, for me, was going to be a 4. And that's because I don't like movies, Marvel, that depend on previous movies to make sense. But Matthew's point to where Hills is a beast of its own. Like, even if you watch that movie...
Yeah, hold on, though. There's a difference between a Marvel, like... There's a difference between this
Yeah.
character being in this franchise as well. This is a direct sequel. So, in direct sequels, it's okay to have things, I think, follow. And you have, like... It's like saying, well, I watched Terminator 2 and I didn't understand a goddamn thing, stupid movies. Like,
So,
it is a direct sequel.
To the point of the Marvel thing is this movie, it picks up from the last movie.
Right.
It doesn't really have its own beginning. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
you have to watch 2018.
Well, isn't the first scene in Halloween Kills Frank on the ground? Doesn't it start with that? Yeah.
Yeah. It starts with him on the ground.
Which
and
is
I do
literally,
agree to,
you have to have watched 2018 to understand what the fuck.
Yeah.
Is
which if you
and
didn't
even
know,
even
yeah, Bonnie
when they
Clyde.
show certain bodies in this movie, they show the kid who got impaled on the fence.
Oh,
and
actually,
you're like,
he is right.
why are you showing
him and the
him?
kid on the phone are the first. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They show, and you're like, why?
When did he
But, like,
die?
Yeah, exactly.
Did
like,
he
how
slip
did he die?
that little scamp?
What? Yeah. When the friend was there, I was like, "What the fuck? I didn't see this.
Well, that's because you didn't watch 2018 yet.
The
I
thing
did
why,
not.
yeah.
I did not.
The thing with
I watched
Frank, though,
the first 15 minutes of Kills.
is when you watch Frank get run over in 2018, he is dead as
Yeah.
dicks.
They had no plans for him
Yeah.
in the future of the franchise.
Yeah, exactly. When I saw it, I was like, "What? How is he still here?"
And then he miracle survived somehow. So
Yeah.
To Matt's point,
The power of movies.
this was a beast of its own, and also I can understand why Matt, when you pointed out the flashback scenes. Yes, I think a lot of them in 2018 could have been in this movie, and it would have been
because
magnifique.
they have them at the beginning of Halloween Kills, which is an entirely different tone than the rest of the movie.
Yep.
Like, at least
And-
2018 felt a little bit more like the original movie, and you could have had the flashbacks feel, you could have easily transitioned from flashback feel to modern movie feel, and it would have been good because the rest of the movie felt more like that. This one, it's like, here's a flashback, and then he murders fucking everyone.
I honestly thought the flashback looked so good. I can watch a whole fucking movie mimicking that.
I would
Yeah.
love to see that. Let them
This is-
redo. Let
this
them
is-
redo the first one.
This is Tarantino's fucking little splice, back into the fucking grindhouse.
With a little less feet.
Yes.
Yeah, no feet, Tarantino.
With that said, though, this movie was a hell of a ride. It's a ton of fun. There are phenomenal kills. You get Little John and Big John. Those are
Yeah.
probably
I
the best
love
characters
those
in this
characters.
movie.
Greatest in the
so-
movie. His little. I'm just listening to spooky records. Like that whole scene of him. Like I love that scene. Yeah, scared and shout.
My
It's just-
my favorite line is, "I got this knife. I got this."
I've got this knife. I've got this knife. Yeah.
And then when they're calling each other out, like Little John.
Yeah, the idea
Big
that they
John,
call each other
Big
that
John.
is just so
yes,
weird.
Big John. Little John. Yes, Big John.
So they know that where they are and that they cleared rooms.
It's,
But
it's literally like Marco Polo.
yeah,
Marco.
And then when Little John, before he dies, is like, "Look what I can do."
Yeah,
Did he do it? Because I told my wife that, and she didn't fucking understand my.
you're letting
my
your Google
reference.
flop out.
My wife didn't understand that reference.
to the powerhouse that this movie was on its own, the roller coaster ride it was. I agree. It is a 4.5, just for the fun, just for the action, just for the kills. It is, and it's really Michael versus a town. It was a really cool
It's a
concept.
bloody good time.
Oh, it's great. It really is great. So 5 and a 4.5 as well.
Ooh,
Nice.
5 and a poor four.
Yeah, and 5 and a pour pas. Yeah. You got it.
5 and a.
That leaves
Yeah,
you, homeboy.
That could be the name of the episode. 5 and a pork.
5 and a po' boy fire.
2018 is gonna be a 5 for me because I really did enjoy it. The way it ended, I was like, "Holy shit, what the fuck just happened?" But when I saw Halloween Kills start from the beginning, I was like, "Holy shit, it's start from the beginning." You know, from what we just saw, and I saw them like in 2 days of watching these three kills right here. I was like, "Holy shit, this is like number 3." Oh god. We're gonna do that now. Fuck you, Matt.
Nobody said a goddamn word. I don't know how anybody broke your concentration. It's like you looked into the
your
camera
smile,
and lost
your
your
smile.
soul. Like I don't know what happened there.
Your smile fucking threw me off.
I didn't do shit. I'm
No.
just listening. He literally.
Yeah.
Chief,
No,
can you
but,
hear me, Chief?
Halloween Kills or Halloween 3. These were the 3 things that I was like, holy shit, this is from from the other movies. I'm gonna go with a 4.5 on this Halloween Kills movie.
Kills.
Yeah. But I'm gonna stop right there. Go ahead.
So we have double 4.5s for you on that one, yeah?
No.
No,
No,
he gave it
Oh,
about 5 and a.
Okay, so yes, we're
all the same scores.
Yeah.
It's
A 5 and a 4.5.
We're idiots.
Oh, it's late. All right.
Oh man.
Go watch Halloween 2018, then Kills. You'll enjoy it. But I wish when I watched Kills and then I watched 2018, I was like, man, I really wish I would have watched 2018 before Kills again. Go watch them both. They're awesome. Check out VHS 94. But before you do that, check out VHS 1 through 3. They're better than 94, but don't miss 94. It's on Shudder. Fucking
And
check
Southbound.
it out. Southbound,
Southbound,
yeah. Southbound is like the sci-fi baby brother. Well, not really. I feel like Southbound had actually probably the better budget of the 3.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, check all of them out. We will be back next week. I believe next week we're live, right?
Yeah, and we don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck we're fully
We'll
doing
have,
yet.
we'll have
got
some
2
stuff.
movies or 3.
We have
It's a
one movie
surprise.
down.
We're being coy.
One movie.
Well, I
It's a
think for
surprise,
sure.
we mean we don't know what we're
I
doing.
think for sure we're doing Hocus Pocus at this point. I don't want to let Giovanni's wife down. I would feel bad for that.
Okay, and
I don't care
Exorcist.
about mine though. Exorcist, yeah. So next week will be
So
live.
we don't
We'll
know
have
what third.
some.
Night
We know what
House.
the third
Night
one.
House.
What?
Oh,
Night House.
Night
Night
House.
We
House,
got
yeah.
Tree.
So we'll have
We got Tree.
we got something new, something old, something blue, I guess.
Something for the wives, something fucking to kill. Yeah.
Beats the shit out of me, man. I'm just talking at this point. We'll see you guys next week live for the final Halloween
wedding
episode. Check out Spotify. Check out the other episodes on YouTube as well as other video content. Got a couple new projects coming real soon. And then Thanksgiving will be interesting. I think we got a couple episodes we're going to post. We're going to take a couple weeks off, but we got some content for you guys.
Yeah. Are we gonna do 2 weeks off?
I think so.
Whoa.
We'll figure it
okay.
out. But yeah, Thanksgiving will be fun. We got some fun episodes for you guys for Thanksgiving, and then we'll be back for December's Christmas month. So we're gonna take I think November a little easy because we're gonna be coming back Christmas hard just like we did this. 3 movies an episode. I come back from Christmas hard all the time.
Yes.
Especially
Chris
when
is hard.
I smell
Chris is hard.
I smell
It's 2 in the morning.
I smell the delicious cinnamons. Anyways, we will see you guys next week live. Have a wonderful whatever time of the day it is.
Yeah.
Take care.
Also, Fabian, go fuck yourself.
It's ass.